And we're back. Another episode of The Brothers Grin. I'm John.
I'm Matt.
And we've got some stories to tell. Not really. We're pretty boring guys. All in all. I mean, maybe not so boring. Matt makes origami and crochets.
Although you should see some of my latest stuff. Not even worthy of the trash can. But I'm getting better again.
I'll take his word for it. I'm not much of a crochet connoisseur. I don't know how I would judge your crocheting. But, like I've always heard it said, only boring people are bored.
Aha.
So if you're bored, you're fucking boring. If only his timing was better. Let's try it again. So if you're bored, you're fucking boring. So I've been told. And
Which means if you're a carpenter...
he nailed it. It doesn't get better, folks. This is just about as best a quality you're gonna get. So what have you been up to? What's new?
New video game I like to play.
What's the new video game?
It's one of the Roblox series.
I don't know what that is. What's Roblox?
Roblox is an online game platform.
Like Minecraft?
Sort of, except there's multiple games in Roblox. You go to the Roblox site, and then there's several games in there.
How many hours a day do you think you play video games? I don't know. I've never been like much of a video gamer. I mean, I played Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell from beginning to end one summer. And that might be why my girlfriend broke up with me. Coming to think of it.
I like to play games. I like to play games with a little interaction. It's no social game or anything like that, but there is interaction with people going on.
So it has nothing to do with it. I was just asking how many hours a day you played. Some people play fucking 12 to 16 hours a day, so don't feel ashamed just because somebody else is in your life has at some point made you feel ashamed for playing video games. Because that's a load of horse shit.
I've stepped in that before.
Have you? That was a complicated one. That was a double time. So how many hours would you estimate that you usually like to play?
Well, on these days with the COVID-19 and all that mess, I spend a lot of time in my room. So honestly, I don't have a brain for math, so it's hard to calculate. We'll estimate around 6.
Who are you talking to?
Myself on the screen here.
Anybody else notice? He's more interested in talking to you than he is to me, and I'm in the room with him. I'm used to it by now, being the younger brother. Some things never change about being the younger brother.
It's rare that I have a camera pointed at me.
No, it's not. You have a camera pointed at you all day, every day. You hold it in your hand, or you stare at your screen. I don't know if that was a joke, but it's true. You still do, and you have street cameras pointed at you. You have cameras pointed at you when you go in and out of Publix. You have cameras pointed at you, comings and goings everywhere you are.
If I've got so many cameras pointing at me, does that make me part of a clique?
This guy. Cut it out, as Dave Coulier used to say. I don't know if that's copywritten. Can I do that? Is that allowed? Are we going to get sued because I did that? I guess it's trademarkable. I don't know. Complicated. All these new rules. What are the rules? The soundboard is fun. What about you? What else? What else? Talk to me here, bro.
Well, I love to get out on my bike.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always fun to go for a ride. It's one thing I can do, steer clear of people and during these COVID-19 times, and but go around and do things, just riding.
Where'd you ride today?
Today, just off and around the neighborhood.
Cool. I went through the golf course.
Wow. Cool.
Is that something extraordinary?
It might have been more so if I had finished what I was going to ask.
Oh, okay.
Do you mean the park that just kind of goes up through there, or do you mean like the
No,
golf cart tracks?
I went right through the golf cart tracks because nobody's on it anyway, right?
That does sound like fun. I've ridden a golf cart through tracks like that, not on this particular course, but it would seem like a fun place to ride a bike.
I'm not encouraging people to break into your local golf club and ride your bikes on their golf cart tracks, but I did, and it was a blast. So, for whatever that's worth, it's not like anybody's going to watch this anyway, right? There you go. There's your sound effects, folks. Yeah, there was it was rolling hills. It was nice. It was enjoyable, quite enjoyable actually. I don't know if I can get in trouble for it or not, but I guess I could. I guess you can. I don't know. I don't know the rules anymore. COVID-19 has changed all the rules. Probably true. Yeah, I've been working out a lot. I think that I'm getting in the best shape of my life and nursing a drinking problem back to health. Anyway, also a carbohydrate addiction. That shit has been rough. Eating them carbs, but sometimes you gotta have carbs, right? Because you're so eager to touch the button there. That's all. He just wants to get in and touch the button.
I always dreamed of being a soundboard guy.
I don't know who that was, but it wasn't Matt. So, you playing this new game? Oh, I guess we could talk about that. We don't have to talk about that. I ordered hemp for you online. Should be shipped sometime soon. I don't know when it's going to be shipped because I don't know if places are still open. I don't know what's going on with the place, but you have chemo coming up on, what is it, Thursday? Friday?
It got pushed back. I don't know how long, but it was supposed to start yesterday. But I think you're right, Thursday, Friday, I'm not sure exactly.
Interesting. You see, you haven't heard from the doctors. Doctors are the worst. They never call you back, and then they call you back and they're like, yeah, well, we're looking at your scans, and, hey, Janet, do you mind? Yeah, schedule Mr. Peterson for 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, that's when he's, just looking at these scans. Oh, whoa, what is that? Oh, it's just a crumb. Don't worry about it, it's just a crumb. It's just a crumb. But looks like everything's gonna be whoa, maybe not. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, everything's gonna be all right. You're good. Just keep eating the pills, and you'll be fine. Right? That's like they drag you on, take you on a little journey. I don't know. That's not the case. I haven't spoken to a doctor in a long time, but I imagine it's like that. Oh, let me call you back. Hey, I gotta call you back. I gotta take this. It's my lawyer. Then they wait 5 days and they're like, oh yeah, sorry we didn't get back to you sooner. You're dying. It's like, wait, what? How does this not? Well, you have a good day. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, sorry, we got tied up. Janet mixed up my 3 o'clock with my 6 o'clock, and it was all fucked. So I got a minute to call you back finally, and I just want to let you know.
Another interesting doctor moment. You ever notice that sometimes you can be put in a room waiting for your doctor to come in and, in his office there and hear something going on in the next room over?
Oh, no.
Or the one across the hall? Well, I heard a doctor tell a woman, says, you have acute appendicitis. And you heard her slap the guy hard. And says, I came here for a diagnosis, not to be admired by you.
No, those doctors. Actually, went to a doctor in Boca Raton, can't remember his name at the moment, but he was feeding my ex-girlfriend fucking shitloads of Adderall. I went in to go see him about some shit, just playing bad off him. I ended up finding out, not only was he feeding my girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend at the shitloads of Adderall, he was also hitting at her. So, hitting on her, which was exciting. I guess that means I had a hot girlfriend. Who knows? Oh, gotta love doctors. Just the cream of the fucking crop, aren't you guys? Not all of them are shitheads. I'm just saying, in Florida, a lot of them are. That's right, we're home to fucking pain pill factories. Ha! Can you believe it? We're part of the reason the entire country is hooked on opioids. Fuck nuggets. Anyway, I'm sorry. Got a little emotional. Seeing that much death and destruction without anybody getting fucking held accountable for it is, it's sickening.
See what I did. I had a lot of acne as a teenager, and I kept some of those Oxy pads.
Oh, here we go.
And, I got some cotton and, Oxy, cotton. Never mind.
I'm bringing mine. Round 2. I admire doctors and people that invest their time in saving people's lives and helping other people. It's just, again, maybe it's just the sheer size of society at this point. That it turns into feeling like you're being processed as opposed to cared for.
I know that feeling. You get in there, you feel like a number more than a patient.
And that's wild. But it's all too common nowadays. But how do you fix it? How do you put Pandora back in, you know what I mean, the Pandora box thing, how do you do that? You can't. It's like there's too many people, things are moving too fast. COVID-19 has slowed everything down quite a bit. Not for the healthcare system though, which unfortunately, coming back to that, medical malpractice is the 3rd leading cause of death in the U.S.
Holy fuck.
That's terrifying.
No shit, golly.
That is terrifying. If that's true, I've read it in a couple of different places, and, the internet, sorry, touching my face, scratching. But, that's kind of scary to think that you go in for one thing and you die from something that you didn't even have. But apparently it happens all the time. Do you ever think about that? That's a rough question. I've never asked you that, but I've never thought to ask you about it before. So have you ever thought about it?
I've thought about it, yes. A number of times. Because, hospitals are one of the worst places to be germ-wise, especially with all the superbugs that have been created, because you kill off most of the population of a particular germ, and only the ones that are immune to whatever you were using to kill the rest off with survive, and then they begin to breed, and then suddenly you've got an entire species of this particular virus that are completely immune to what was used initially to kill them off.
You think that's happening in hospitals? I don't know. I think they're pretty good about, the Wuhan thing. Obviously, a little bit of a fuck up, and there's a bunch of people that are dead now. So China, you're doing very, very bad. Shouldn't do that, and you should tell the truth to the world that either you did it on fucking purpose, or you're incompetent, which is just as much of an issue. And you should have all dangerous infectious diseases taken away from you. That's my proposition. Take all the dangerous bugs from China. No more dangerous bugs for you.
We'll pack them up and put them in that box. What was the box you mentioned?
The boo box. The boo box.
And here I thought it was Pandora's. But no, whatever.
The boo box is actually, who is that? Dustin Hoffman. Dustin Hoffman in Hook. With the Robin Williams Hook, right? I didn't even know that was Dustin Hoffman until I was like in my mid-20s. I just never paid attention to the fact and all the makeup and the fucking hair and what a great job. Great job, Mr. Hoffman. Great job. Definitely a good job. Definitely good job. That's just to reference another one of your shows. You think you can get around and never go full retard? I'm hitting them like at 100 right now. 100. So I've got an idea for a hospital, in the future, right? They have these UV light things now, right? That they can kind of just zap a room with and kill all the bugs, bad bugs inside. Ooh, I got a message. And another one. So why don't they just start installing those in hospitals that are just like, you just like hit the button, walk out of the room, and just it fries everything. And if you stay in the room, you can get a tan. Huh? Vitamin D is good for the system. The vitamin D is derived from the UV light that comes from the sun. And that it's a hormone thing, and it balances hormones. So maybe that's the fix to it.
That'd kill a real good
oh
farmer
my God,
stand
I'm
there.
sitting next to a ghost. At least a half of one. What in the world?
Like I said, it's a good farmer's town. That's what they call that, right?
Jubilee Christmas.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at those forearms. Tan-ola. Sorry. Am I rocking a farmer's tan? I think I am too, kind of, right? That's farmer's tannish. I've got guns though. Hey, fucking watch out there.
Look at the gun show over here. Hefty.
That's a really good laugh track, actually. It's kind of hysterical. So that's like obviously like a weird thing. You've spent a large portion of your life inside the medical industrial complex. Complex? It's complex. We'll talk about it later. Complex? The healthcare industrial complex. Right? I think that's something that exists. Right? They call it big pharma, though. Right? Are those the two same things? Or are they different?
I'm not up on the lingo.
Yeah, I don't know. I might be making something up. I might have morphed from big pharma into the military, or I'm sorry, that's a different. The medical industrial complex, right? Which is this choo-choo train of administrators that go through and cross T's, dot I's, and X people out. Yeah. Yikes. So what's that like for you? I mean, like, that's a different part of your... I was never really included in that part of your life, right? Like, you guys did all of that stuff on your own.
One good thing about the whole situation is I wasn't really exposed to the areas of the hospital that kind of thing takes place in, because...
What type of thing?
The whole germ thing we were just talking about.
I wasn't talking about, excuse me. Ugh. Something I hate.
Never mind that.
No, just in general, being so intricately entwined, being in and out of the hospital your whole life. Mm-hmm. You don't seem worse the wear for it.
I guess not. I don't know. I don't really know what to say about all that. It's always stressful being in the hospital, and you know, having little to no control over your situation.
I bet that's frustrating. I can imagine. I know that for me, in the times that I have felt like I'm not in control of the situation, it has made me very frustrated. And can imagine how that kind of lays on you a little bit. But yet you like tend to be such a happy guy, and you crack jokes and you make fun and you kind of take that on yourself.
They say that laughter is the best medicine.
So they say.
So anytime I'm in a hospital situation, any situation I'm in, to be honest, I try to bring that medicine and pass it out to whoever wants a little bit of it. And half the time, the people who are there to visit the sick are almost as miserable or more so than the people who are sick in the first place. Just to see the people they care about going through that crap.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were saying the people who come to cheer the sick up are often more miserable. And I thought that doesn't make sense. But that's because I obviously suffer from brain damage of some sort of my own. I know it's not a funny subject, but you know, you win in the brain damage category if brothers have to compete.
Wow.
Hey, look, they may take a picture of my head one day and find out that it's all mush up there, but I could have told them that ahead of time.
Mush would be like Jell-O, and there's always room for Jell-O.
So I don't think we ever finished this on the last time that we were talking. Like, the fact that you did that on stage,
mm-hmm.
right? And people kind of like you dropped it. You dropped a cancer joke, mm-hmm. and then like you ended it with, "But there's always room for Jell-O." You did this like jiggly thing, and I left everybody kind of like speechless. But then it was obviously fucking hilarious the way that you were moving, so we all laughed, because that's what laughter is, right? An involuntary response. Hopefully, at its best. At its worst, it's fucking pity.
Been there, had a few of those.
Yeah. And you can tell the difference between the laughs, right? The pity laughs and like the actual laughter, right? I think that's fun. Oh man, that is funny. Yeah. So there's a new. I don't want to talk about it. I was going to talk about the night light in the bathroom, which is like horrendously bright.
That's kind of the point. That way you can see where you pee.
All right, so I'm gonna step out on a limb here, and I don't want to talk about. I guess we could talk about it. Who the fuck cares? All right, we're gonna talk about this. And
if it goes the wrong way, he's gonna get pissed.
We're going to talk about this, and that's all it's going to be, is we're going to talk about it. So, my bedroom's next to the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
And the walls here are...
paper.
Well, they're not that bad. But there's definitely ambiance that flows over from the bathroom. And I think there's a couple parts to this. You're blind in one eye, right? Okay. So you navigate oftentimes off of feel, I'm sure, in a lot of cases. Right? Like, you're not looking at everything all the time. You're even in the house, like, you know kind of where you're headed and what you need to avoid and everything.
My eye is always scanning back and forth to make sure I see what I need to see.
Okay. But how many years have you been there and the bathroom has been right across from you? How many years?
Oh, about 39.
Okay. So follow me here. Do you think, has the toilet moved at any point in time? God bless you.
Unlikely. Although we've had a few move in and out.
Has the sink changed?
Yes, actually, we do have a different sink in there than we used to.
All right, but the vanity is the same. So the positioning of the sink. God bless you, Molly Dog. Sneezing. So, at what point do you think you're going to be confident enough in your ability to navigate from one door to the other and make it to the bathroom in the dark, knowing that it's unobstructed and a straight shot?
I don't know. Why do you ask?
Well, I just, I think everybody gets up in the night to pee like once, right? At least here, at least once, right? And like I was talking about, like circadian rhythms. I've been sleeping with it pitch black in here, and I had a light that was shining, and it kept me up. Or I'd wake up in the night, and instead of just opening my eyes to like a black room, which it really encourages you to kind of drop back off, right? You come up out of REM sleep into the lighter levels of things, and now there's the light, and and it kind of pulls you out. And beyond that, light is said to start changing the process of melatonin into serotonin, which is the process that wakes you up in the morning, right? When you have light, and you're supposed to be in the dark, right? So it can mess with your circadian rhythms and make you feel less rested from the sleep that you are getting. So that's why I propose no light. No light at night. No light at night. No light at night. Everybody! Okay.
No light.
It's just me. Night. Oh, he's in. All right, you heard it. You heard it here, folks. So that's what I would say. Like, man, I must have fucking something stuck. So that's what I'm proposing.
Talk about having a frog in your throat.
That's what I'm proposing, is the nightlight's not needed. That's point one. And you can please hold your applause to the end. Point two, and this might be argued by some traditional masculinists. Like, I pee standing up. Like, okay, great, we have the option, right? But there's no doubt, I mean, like, yeah, a silent pee, like assassin peeing on the edge of the bowl, so it kind of like, but you never do that. You fucking Niagara Falls that shit every time in the center of the bowl, so it sounds like fucking Mount Vesuvius is bubbling over in that bitch. I'm just proposing, perhaps, change your stream or sit to minimize the sound for those of us that have to sleep with our heads next to a toilet. I mean, there's a wall, but it's like in the office. Like, nobody wants to sit right next to the toilet. There was one guy who would be like okay with it because he would watch and see who would come and then he'd snitch, right? Fuck that guy. I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just trying to get a good night's sleep. And say, would it be possible for you to consider don't take this too seriously. You're like, he's like really contemplating it. He's gonna do whatever he wants to do.
See, the funny thing is when you do it right, they don't know that because they don't hear it. Which in this case, there have been many times when I have done exactly what you've asked because you've asked. So I will try to make it every time, because admittedly I don't always think of it, but when I do, I do.
I know advocating for peeing while you sit is some people would be, that's women pee with us. No, fucking get over that shit. Like, you're not out there wrecking and slaying pussy left and right. Although I'm not saying you couldn't. I'm just saying, masculine archetypes are really not your thing. And neither are they mine, despite what I might look like. We could let some of these things go, right? Like, just like, take a piss sitting down when it's dark out. That's like the rule, It's just,
like I said, it's what I've been doing.
And no light at night. No light at night. I wonder, right? That's the next step in the COVID breakdown, right? The grid goes down and everybody sees the stars. And actually, there's a bunch of aliens waiting there to eat our brains. Or some shit like that. I don't know if aliens eat brains. I'm sure there are some variety of aliens that eat brains.
I hope this isn't copyrighted, but... Do not run! We are your friends!
Just do it!
All right, there we go. All right, no, forget the money. Get Out. That's a great movie. Mars Attacks, hilarious. It's been too long since I've watched it. I could stand. I've been on an old movie kick. I think you know. Like I watched Airplane. Watched Airplane.
Good movie.
2. Watched Naked Gun.
There
Police
are not
Files.
actually any guns in there walking around naked. Go figure.
None. There's some titties though. Hey. And what else? What else did I watch? Oh, I watched Monty Python Quest for the Holy Grail, and then I watched a Weird Al movie called UHF. I want to look it up now. It's actually-
UHF. You horrible fucker.
Ha! Maybe. I don't know if that's what it stood for or not. UHF. Is that was one of Weird Al's first movies, and it was actually really good. Yeah, UHF. It came out in, it's a 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. Hurrah! It's released in July 21st, 1989. Made $6.1 million at the box office. Congratulations, Weird Al. It was a great movie. I enjoyed it quite.
I love the man's music. His movies
Quite
got to be
thoroughly.
great too.
You did. He did everything, right? He did it all. He did music. He did movies. He did music. Oh, jokes. He does jokes. He's a very funny guy.
Eat it. Put an egg in your shoe and beat it.
He even knows the lyrics. That's very cool. Did you? I don't know if I'll really. I guess I'm not gonna. Anyway. Moving past that subject. So that's another movie that I'll have to put on the list. Mars Attacks. Do not run. We are your friends. It's a good one.
Not to be a...
What other old movies do you like? Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
It's all good. Other old movies. Well, there's the old classic Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Dude, you fucking love that movie.
I am nuts over any movie where a car flies. So whether that be the DeLorean in Back to the Future, whether that be the old-fashioned car from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, or for that matter, Kit from Knight Rider doing a turbo boost.
Oh, and the General Lee from Dukes of Hazzard, because they jump that fucker all the time. Yeah. So,
Just don't hit the horn because, well, you know.
beep, but that's what that sound was. What's the sound?
It's considered to be very racist even to play it because it's the worst song of the...
Hey Siri, what song did the Dukes of Hazzard horn play? What song did the Dukes of Hazzard's horn play? Alright. 2 Siris, and neither one of these bitches can answer my question.
I don't recognize this song.
What song did the Dukes of Hazzard's horn play?
You know why that car was
I
called
don't
the
know.
General Lee.
Yeah, it had a big Confederate flag painted on the hood. I know that it's a racist racist TV show, but it still existed. It was still a show that we watched when we were younger.
Right.
But like, does that make us racist by issue of the fact that like we watched Dukes of Hazzard?
No, I'm
I don't think
just
so.
trying to relate back to the car. was
Civil War general.
Dixieland or something like that was the song, which was the battle hymn of the Republic. That's what it was.
The Battle Hymn of the Republic.
Or maybe I'm off on that. I don't
I think
know.
you're talking about Star Wars right now, Mo.
Never mind.
Let's
Why
find out.
never
I
mind?
gotta know.
The sound the
Google.
horn make. Dee, 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 dee.
That's the sound. Okay. But that's like Deliverance.
It's the Delivery.
I guess that's a different show. My bad. But again, I don't, there's so many things, and I don't want to talk about racism because I don't want to talk about racism. People will probably think I'm a racist just because I shave my head, which sucks.
I tell people, people have accused me of being racist. That's only because I think the human race is the best one out there until we find some others. We're all humans, right? Last I checked, the human race.
The race
That includes everybody.
The race is. Wasn't that funny, guys? Calm down.
The only race that might be better than the human race that I know of is the Daytona 500.
Hey. All right then. We've been going at it for about 36 minutes. Another episode of Brothers Grin. I think we can call it. I don't have anything else. Do you want to talk about anything else?
I think we've covered everything and back again for this show. I've enjoyed it thoroughly.
All right. Do you... So, one other thing before we go. CBD as an option for helping you with your brain situation.
Yes.
That's where his cancer is, folks. It's in his brain. Using CBD or hemp, right, which is a full spectrum plant derivative of the cannabis sativa plant. This particular is a CO2 extract, a very efficient way of extracting the correct chemicals. Do you have any expectations on taking it? Where's your head at with starting that as a part of a treatment protocol?
That's something better discussed off camera.
Why? You don't feel comfortable? It's legal.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's not a topic I want to broach.
But you're gonna take it, right? We bought it and it's on its way to...
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm just saying it's not a discussion that we need to be having on a podcast.
Why do you feel that way?
Good night, everybody.
No, honestly, I'm just looking for an honest answer to the question of why you feel like it's something that you are not free to speak about.
I'm not saying I'm not free to speak about it. I'm saying I don't necessarily want to say what I would say in front of an audience. Nor do I want to be... It's not a topic I'm even up yet for speaking about, let alone in front of an audience.
I'm just talking about, so you have trepidation towards taking it, is what it sounds like, is what you're kind of intimating by saying that you don't want to talk about taking CBD or hemp. I'm not, look.
I don't have trepidation about taking it.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, the CBD, no problem. It's ordered, it's going to happen, no biggie. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what it'll do for me.
Okay, that's all I was finding out. That's all the question was. I wasn't asking you, for your in-depth, just kind of, do you have any expectations? You're looking forward to it, so there's an expectation to, seeing how it could positively affect your situation and affect the cancer. Are there any other things that you are hoping?
Well, it's there's not all that much I know about it,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know what else to hope for or
Sure.
look out for. But like I said, even just to find out what it'll do for me.
Okay. But it sounds like you're hopeful. That's good. Hope is the most powerful weapon against all of this shit.
And here I thought it was a good joke.
Hope can be dangerous too, because the inevitable fact is that we all die. Every one of us. I guess we're all just hoping we're not first or we're not last. I don't know. It depends on your perspective, but it's an unavoidable fact of life. As dark as that is.
I wouldn't call it dark. There are different views on what happens at that point, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready for it.
Oh, wow. That's awfully insensitive of you. You didn't ask me if I'm ready for you to die.
Wow. Well, it wasn't meant to be that way, but I was just referring to the fact that I ain't afraid to die. I would hate to leave behind my family and my people that love and care about me. But
One of the best things I heard in response to that was Keanu Reeves recently. And Stephen Colbert asked him, very funny guy, asked him, what happens when we die? Or what do you think happens when we die? And his response was poignant. He said, I know the people who love us will miss us. So, the people who love you will miss you. Not me, but whoever those fucks are.
Boing.
It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke. But I guess you've done some thinking about that then.
Yeah, well, it's one of the first things you learn at a, believe it or not, church. Just that you want to go to heaven, find Jesus. Once you got Jesus, you're saved. Then the whole hell and heaven thing no longer is a problem for you. You got the heaven set up.
It's a hopeful way of looking at it.
That's where my help lies. My hope.
And help. Sure.
That too. Look to the hill from where thy help comes from.
There might be cannabis growing on that hill. So, fingers crossed. Hemp for the win. God made it out of the earth. It grew that way. It is a seed-bearing, fruiting body. It fits all the requirements as outlined by the Old Testament if you were subscribing to the laws of the Old Testament and not of the New Testament, which there's two different sets of laws. Oh no. We can get on that on a different podcast. But I appreciate the strength that you exhibit in the face of all of this. I'm sure you have rough times, but you don't ever show me. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
You know, I once saw a guy with a plastic thing in his fingers. He put it in his mouth and it lit up at the end. I says, "Are you smoking?" He says, "No, man. I'm taking my temperature."
So we're gonna get that stuff in, and we'll see how it affects. I just have thought as well, like seeing the CBD thing and seeing all the studies of how it'll help for inflammation, and kind of take that oxidative stress factor and lower that quite a bit. So obviously there's tons of stress associated with being in the situation that you're in. So if it can add to a feeling of relief for you, then all the better. All the better. If it makes your body feel better with the chemotherapy that you're undoubtedly going to be subjected to.
And what's worse is they're even upping the intensity of it now that they found another white spot.
Yeah. Another white spot. That could be caused by the radiation treatment that was given last time. Or it could be brand new tumor development. Matt's obviously, neither one of us are very good at not touching our faces.
My hands are recently washed, just out of the bathroom.
Just, right. Didn't pee on them. Huh?
Much. And then I washed it after.
Boom, 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 boom. I don't think anybody was questioning your hand washing techniques or timing.
Hey, excuse me, look at me. Does my face look flushed to you?
Oh, that's a shitty joke.
Hope it didn't piss you off.
I'm gonna dump it off right here. And wipe the slate clean. This is how we deal with stress.
Yep. A good sense of humor can handle a lot of stress. Just ask all the people at the hospital when I would go walking through the hallways with a cute puppet on my hand waving at people. People don't see that coming. They love it. Maybe on another episode I could feature one of my puppets.
It's possible. You gotta stay alive to do that, though. I love you.
Love you.
Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. It's been another episode of The Brothers Grin. I'm John.
I'm Matt.
Have a great night.